What's up, guys? It's Quinn.
It's Alex.
It's IconicComic, and it's superhero news of the week. I got the stories. We ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Let's get it. Woo! Flash has lost another director. Yup. So, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Warner Brothers' big screen Scarlet Speedster film, The Flash, has lost its next director, Rick Famu. Here, you want to try to pronounce that?
Yeah, sure. Famuyiwa.
Famuyiwa, who was hired after his success with the Sundance sensation Dope. Dope was amazing, by the way.
It was dope.
Yeah, it was dope, and he's parted due to the creative differences with the studio. It likely means that there's going to be a delay with the start of production and the release date of The Flash. I just keep getting more pissed off at Warner Brothers every week. It seems like there's something new.
I don't know
out.
why they're doing that. I mean, who is... Okay, so...
I'm not sure who was originally going to direct, but this is not the first director they lost for The Flash. It's like the second or third.
That's just frustrating, because, like, I can't imagine how DC is feeling, because it's like, come on. Like, we're trying to get these movies out. That's going to help both of us, and you're just not working. Like,
my thing is, why are you even hiring a director if you didn't already know what his vision for the movie was? Like, so that's when they hire directors, all the candidates come in and they basically pitch their vision of the movie.
Yeah.
If you had problems with his vision before, why don't you tell him instead of hiring him and then, all right, we got to change this, this, and this. It's just, now we're just pure speculation here on what happened. It could be completely different, and like there could be a legit reason why they parted that we'd be fine with. But based on their track record with directors and taking creative control, it blows my mind why they just won't listen to people. They're so stubborn.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, with the DC movies, they don't have room to drop, like, a Green Lantern. They don't have room to do that. Like, they're starting to get some traction, and I feel like,
I think
with Batman v Superman, it was cool, but now it's starting to, like, people have had time to sit with it, and a lot of problems are coming up with that movie. I still liked it, but, that's just me and him. But they really don't have room to mess up.
I think Wonder Woman is going to be the tail of the tape. Like,
it's going to be their Iron Man.
What I'm saying is, it's going to be the test.
Oh.
If Wonder Woman is bad, they are in trouble. They are in deep trouble, because as much as I liked Suicide Squad, I'm very, very, very aware that movie had a lot of problems, but it was a fun movie.
Yeah.
That's what I took from it. That was the difference between Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad. It's like Suicide Squad had a lot of problems, but it was problems surrounded by a fun tone that I could buy into.
But Wonder Woman cannot be. I'm not saying she can't be fun.
It cannot be the Guardians of the Galaxy.
It can't. Not every movie can have that fun tone. Just like Marvel with Guardians. It was a fun movie. I didn't see a problem with Guardians.
No.
I see nothing wrong with that movie. There might be some...
The villain was weak.
Okay. What was it?
Ronan.
Ronan the Accuser.
He was just like, I'm evil because reasons.
Okay, well... Alright, fine. But still,
Which is basically the problem with Suicide Squad, is this girl is evil for reasons, and she has a brother for
This was funny.
reasons.
This is hilarious.
Oh, her dance? That's so dumb. Don't even get me started on her dance. But yeah, that's the problem I'm seeing with the DC stuff is the Suicide Squad, the reason we got that movie is because of the studio meddled again, and they went in and added more humor, and I don't think the humor is what they needed in that movie. I think they needed a few more serious parts. Not enough to make the movie like a serious movie, but a few to add levity to what was going on, because it felt like there were like 40-minute stretches in that movie where it was just pop music and explosions. And I'm like, I feel like that's a movie where you need some BBS dark levity sprinkled, But we didn't get that because the studio went in, reshot to specifically add more humor
Yeah.
and to make it more fun, they said. Instead of just releasing, and that's why we're getting this extended edition of Suicide Squad. We're getting this extended edition of Batman vs. Superman. I bet you they're both great, the extended editions. Well, I know one is. Batman vs. Superman's extended edition was amazing.
I still haven't seen it.
It's fantastic. But it just brings up more questions, like, why? Why do we need this? Why not just release what the director's vision is?
I heard it that the extended cut answered questions that were brought up in the theatrical version.
It definitely did. Like, the whole Africa desert warfare thing, and then why everyone was pissed at Superman because of that. You understood it because there was a whole scene of him or the henchmen, after they killed all the people outside, they threw them in a pile and burned them alive, or burned them dead, or whatever they were, to make it look like Superman, like, laser visioned them all. And then they paid off that woman to go to the Senate and say that he came down from the sky and he brought fire with him, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about, that woman?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I do, actually.
It helped explain Lex Luthor's plan, which was, in the theatrical release, convoluted. It felt like way too many things had to come together.
I hated him in that movie.
Hate's a strong word for me. I didn't like him, but I didn't hate the character. I think that he could be a better character moving forward.
It's not that I didn't like him because he was so mean and hating and evil. No, I didn't like the character. I think he was poorly done.
He was a very Joker Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Well, it was his son.
Yeah, then that's why I don't have as much of a problem with it as you do, because it's not actually Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I know, but still.
We're kind of getting off topic from the main thing, but one more thing real quick about Batman vs. Superman. You know how much I love Marvel? This is the thing that pisses me off when people are like, these parts of Batman vs. Superman, they make me mad. That part, they released, it was a deleted scene, but it was in the extended edition, and it's canon, when... He's in that, Lex Luthor's in the ship after the battle or whatever, and he's like in that pool of blood, and there's Steppenwolf there. Like the vision of him, and then it disappears. And everybody's like, what does that even mean? That's stupid. Why do you even put that in the movie? Well, no one really got mad when Thanos was at the end of the Avengers. Like, I'm gonna just say that. Like, I wasn't mad, but there's a lot of people who are like, that's unnecessary, blah, 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 setting up something nobody even knows about. Nobody knew about Thanos. There's so many people who pretended to know who he was when that movie came out. Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts on The Flash losing the director?
I hope they work this out fast.
Yeah. Moving on. Alright, so, it's not a real superhero, but...
Whoa.
The reason it applies is because we just recently heard that Tim Miller dropped out of directing Deadpool. So, Tim Miller has now signed on to develop a live-action Sonic the Hedgehog movie for Sony Pictures.
What?
So, The Hollywood Reporter said that Miller and his longtime Blur Studio collaborator Jeff Fowler will work on the project, and Fowler will be taking on the project as his feature directorial debut. The plan's going to be a hybrid CG live-action family film. Patrick Casey and Josh Miller are writing the script. A release date has not been set. This seems like if you would have told me about a Sonic Hedgehog movie last week, I would have been like, and I knew they were in the development, I would have been like, what? But Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool, stepping in to helm, produce, and help out with it, gives me more hope.
I mean, live action, like the cartoon characters.
It said a hybrid CG live action, so there's going to be like live action and CG. So kind of in the realm of, I would say, Roger Rabbit, or I'm trying to think of
TMNT.
No, I mean like where it's like live action, but there's like CG people, like Smurfs.
It looks awful. That's awful. I'm sorry, but I don't agree.
I kind of sell this, but
if you're gonna make a Sonic movie, make it a Sonic cartoon movie. Like, don't try to make it something it's not.
I mean, like I said, the only reason I'm slightly buying this is Tim Miller. Like, why else?
That's why he dropped out.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, it would be like this is a very broad analogy, but all right, they're making a My Little Pony 2, The Secret of the Rainbow. Peter Jackson and his team come to step in for this project. You couldn't help but be a little intrigued.
It's like,
not that you're
wait,
like, oh, I can't
what?
wait to see this, but intrigued at the least.
Who?
Like you kind of want to be like, I kind of want to see this just to see what's up.
I don't know.
That's the way I feel about this. Is I'm intrigued by the possibility of it. I'm not wanting to see it like, oh my god, but it's like, it sounds interesting at the least.
At the very least.
At the very least, it sounds interesting. I mean, do you like Sonic?
I like Sonic. I played the games when I was a kid.
My favorite were the computer games, like the one where it's like World 1 was always like green grass, blue sky.
Yeah.
I loved it. And there was the underwater levels. Like, it was all cool. But when you started running and you got to like the full speed, like shit got real. Because if you hit one thing,
it just
the coins go out or rings.
Rings.
Sorry. All right, so I'm intrigued by it. That's all I'm gonna say. All right.
Do you know what that means?
It means we're moving on to Doctor Strange. So Doctor Strange doesn't hit theaters until tomorrow night, baby. Woo! But it was released in the past few weeks overseas, and it has already made $88 million in only 33 offshore markets.
What?
Putting it ahead of MCU installments including Ant-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy and their overseas box office earnings. It still has not even been released in places like China. So like in China's the biggest box office under like the US of A.
Yeah.
So basically, all I want to talk about is because like we've talked enough about this movie and what our expectations are. Let's go a box office prediction. What you think this movie is going to make in the U.S. after this weekend, the weekend box office.
How much did Avengers make?
Avengers made about a little over 200 million.
How much did Civil War make?
Civil War made about 180 million.
I'm thinking 280.
280. You're so okay. I'm gonna be realistic here. I'm gonna say $100 million. I think it's gonna make $100 million, and that is a fantastic opening weekend, because right now they are shooting for a $70 million opening. But I think word of mouth about this movie is going to spread, and there's not much else coming out. There's Hacksaw Ridge, which looks really good, but it's an Oscar type movie, and I don't when you're like, say you're taking a family out, it's like, all right, we got options here. We got a World War II or it's World War I, World War II war movie. We got a there's like a rom-com coming out, and then you have a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I think not only is word of mouth going to spread, but it's going to be like, all right, what are our options when we go to the theater this weekend?
Mm-hmm. Well,
my prediction is $100 million.
$400 million.
Make a real prediction.
You heard it here first.
Make a real prediction. So this is like a contest. Like
you're saying 100 million?
I'm saying 100 million.
101 million.
Do not Price is Right me. No.
Okay.
There has to be at least a $5 million gap.
All right. I'll say 180.
Really? I mean, I hope so, but damn, if that makes 180, Marvel just might as well go Scrooge McDuck and like start diving in pools of gold coins, like rolling on the bed. Like Kevin Feige will just be naked on his bed with dollar bills all over him, like, but he's got the baseball cap on still. He's always gonna wear that. I think it'll do 100 million. I think 100 million is even pushing it, but yeah, I'm. The only reason I put it to 100 million is because it's already made 88 million overseas in the shortest amount of time, more than Guardians, more than Ant-Man. So, all right, last story. Earlier this week, the only names formally recognized for the Defenders were Charlie Cox, which is Daredevil, Kristen Ritter, Jessica Jones, Michael Coulter as Luke Cage, Finn Jones as Danny Rand, and Sigourney Weaver as an unnamed villain. Deborah Ann Woll and Simone Missick, who play Karen Page from Daredevil, and Misty Knight from Luke Cage, were confirmed a little after, which meant some more sidekicks and supporting characters are on the way. So we have more confirmed cast now. We have Eldon Henson as Foggy Nelson. I think that makes a lot of sense. Ika Dervel, who played Malcolm Ducasse. I don't remember him. Oh, no. That was Jessica Jones' friend.
Jessica Jones, he was the heroin addict.
The heroin addict, yep.
Yeah.
Sorry. So those two have been revealed.
Trish.
Yep, we got Rachel Taylor as Trish Walker, or Hellcat, as she is in the comics. I don't think that's going to happen. I hope so, though. Carrie Ann Moss as Jerry Hogarth. She was the lawyer. And that makes sense, because at the end of Daredevil Season 2, Foggy leaves Matt because he's pissed at him and goes and starts working for her.
Yeah.
And Scott Glenn is Stick from Daredevil, which makes a ton of sense. And Rosario Dawson is Claire Temple, who ties all the 4 shows together. So none of these like pop out to me as surprises, but I'm happy to see that they're
just
in the
like
show.
Yep. That's basically it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the biggest thing is I'm happy to see that, but it also intrigues the hell out of me, like, because the Defenders right now it's only an 8-episode series. It's not like Daredevil where it's 13. Yeah, so it's only 8 episodes.
Oh.
So I'm like, 8 episodes to get the team together and have a time to have all of these side characters, like Malcolm. So do you think some of these might just be cameos?
Maybe. They might be, like, they might each be an hour long.
If you, what, the episodes?
Yeah.
Well, they're already about 50 minutes.
Really?
Well, so who do you think, character-wise, could be a more standout than just a cameo out of these ones that were out? Trish. I think the ones that are going to be stick-outs are going to be Stick, Claire,
oh yeah,
and I think Jerry Hogarth. Because she's already kind of tied into 2 of the series with Daredevil and Jessica Jones. So I think she's going to be involved a little more deeply. I don't see Malcolm being a huge part of the Defenders.
She'll probably walk by him to go meet the other team.
And he'll be like,
hey. Yeah.
Well, no, he's clean.
He's clean, yeah.
He's clean now.
He's clean.
Dude, that guy's clean. He's clean. And who else? Foggy. Foggy's probably going to be, like, tied to Matt. Like,
oh, yeah.
Anybody else that we missed? Obviously, everybody in the top paragraph that we mentioned. I think those are going to be major characters.
Mike Coulter, I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, Luke Cage. I don't really know if I want, and I don't want to turn this into a Luke Cage review, but I don't know if I want Simone Missick being a huge part of the Defenders, because I did not really like Misty Knight. I really didn't. I thought she was...
Her name is just, like, so cliche. Like,
it's a comic book name, for sure.
Yeah.
And she was big in the comics for Luke Cage and her own standalone stuff. I just was not a huge fan of her in the show because I thought she was so arrogant for no reason.
No, I don't think she was.
Especially that scene with her and the... we're maybe dripping into some spoiler territory here, but the scene with her and Claire in the police office station,
I know
where
exactly
like Claire's just laying it out, like laying out the truth. It's like, look, you got shooken up a little bit because someone took your gun from you and whatever, and she's like, no, I didn't, blah, 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 and starts choking her. I'm like, what the hell? Like, there's no reason for that outlash. In the whole series, it's like, she knows Luke Cage is a good guy, but continues to backstab him all the way up and pretty much till the end.
Yeah. And
I just didn't like her as a character. I mean, maybe it'll change. I'm like, a lot of people in the Marvel Universe, maybe there was a time where I didn't like, I didn't like, this is going to sound bad, but like, the first like half hour of Thor, I didn't like Loki. I couldn't see a universe without Loki now.
Oh, yeah. I can see what you mean by that.
So, yeah. It could change, but I don't really like her.
Yeah.
Karen Page, though.
Yeah.
I was like...
I agree.
Trying to shoehorn you to say something about her, like...
No, I mean... Because I'm actually trying to picture who she was.
Daredevil,
Yeah.
the blonde,
Oh, yeah.
the one that was
Yeah.
they cleared her name.
Yeah. I I think she could be a main character.
She's the Misty Knight of Daredevil.
Pretty much.
Like, that's exactly what she is. She's arrogant for a lot of weird reasons. And she's got, in Daredevil Season 2, like, she wants to, like, because, wow, what's his name? Got killed by Kingpin, Season 1.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about.
Black guy with glasses.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know his name.
I want to say it's Henry. It just sounds right. I can't remember his name, but the newspaper writer and they were working together. So she shows up in Season 2 to his work, and she wants to, like, break stories about the Punisher and stuff. And they just give her an office, like, and she starts working there. And I'm like, in what universe, especially New York, can you just walk into a newspaper editor and be like,
yeah,
I was friends with so and so, and I kind of want to continue his work. All right, well, you can have his big office in there. It's got a window. It's got a
like,
view.
well, do you like the corner office?
I know, and you got a full-paying job on staff. Wait, you don't have any prior experience in publication or anything?
That's okay.
Yeah, it's like, it made no sense to me. And she was always arrogant about, like, it in Season 2, like, and the fact that at the end of Season 2, obviously she knows that Masked Daredevil, because she told him at the very last episode. But the whole way up, it just pissed me off, because it's like, what are you doing, Matt? Like, sleeping with Elektra? How dare you? We haven't even slept together. Why am I mad? Like, it's stuff like that pisses me off. Like, yeah, they kissed, like, one night, and then, like, they never did anything for, like, 5 episodes, and then he sleeps with Elektra, and it's like, who's she? You haven't been dating? Whatever.
What are we?
Nothing.
What are we?
Alright, so The Defenders comes out next year along with Punisher, and, oh, that's what I wanted to bring up. Do you think Punisher will end up being not a huge part, but at least make an appearance in The Defenders?
Yeah, I think he can make an appearance, but I don't think it would be. Well, I honestly I don't really know for sure, but I feel like they just can't ignore him.
Yeah.
So I feel like he'll show up eventually.
One batch, two batch, penny and dime. All right. Finally, we got our throwback. You gotta look at it. The throwback movie of the week. So we've went all the way up through 2008. Now we're moving on to 2009, and boy, do we got a good one for you. X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Let us know what you guys think in the
Why don't you take this for a spin? Your thoughts on X-Men Origins Wolverine? Let's save the Deadpool stuff for the end of the conversation. Let's just talk about the rest of the movie, because that's the easiest thing to point out.
Okay. Let's point out the positives.
Yeah. There are positives.
I actually really did like when he met Gambit.
That was a cool scene.
That was a neat scene when
Even though he totally effed up the situation, he could have killed.
Oh yeah.
He could have killed what's his name? Victor.
Yeah.
He could have killed Victor.
But he sat there at the poker table and he's talking and they're both just smooth talking and the fight scene was kind of neat.
The cards, like.
Yeah, I thought that was neat. I liked the beginning scene.
Oh my god! I was just about to say that. The going through the wars.
Yeah.
That is a great
awesome.
scene.
That reminded me of oh my god, like a Snyder montage intro.
Yeah, that's probably the best part of the movie is that war intro montage, and then it ends with them.
Ends
with
with
them
not
firing
agreeing.
squad.
Yeah. Ends with them not agreeing.
I love the way Hugh Jackman. There's like 10 parts in this movie where he gets mad at Victor, and you just hear him yell at him, Victor! Victor! And then the scream in the woods.
Let's see, what
I'm
else?
trying to think of other positives. The video game that came from this movie is
Yes.
a huge positive. That's the best Wolverine video game you're ever gonna get.
You know, the Deadpool game basically copied and pasted from that game.
That's okay. The Deadpool game was cool too. It was
I
funny.
love that game.
It was funny.
But you know what I also did like? I liked when he was like going to the other people. Like he went to the Blob. I didn't like the scene. I didn't like the character that much.
You're starting to delve into stuff that we could talk about as negatives. So I'm gonna finish off with one more positive.
Okay.
And I think the whole scene with him getting the adamantium.
That was a cool scene
is
too.
A cool scene.
When he comes out like.
That's cool. And then I liked the scenes with the older couple that he found.
Yeah. You know. Okay. Sorry. My favorite part in that scene when he comes out and then he gets shot like.
And he goes.
He just cracks his neck like.
Yeah, and it is cool though. After the old people scene, the jacket that he gives them is the same jacket from the first X-Men movie, so he kept it.
Yeah, I agree.
And the bike is the same bike that's on like his trailer. Like it's cool little things like that. Okay. So, again, let's save him for last.
Okay.
Let's go through the rest of the negatives. Will.i.am as
next
as I don't even remember what is his superhero mutant
he
name.
was I don't know his name.
But Will.i.am as I can't remember his character name at all.
No, I don't remember.
I'm just gonna call him Will.i.am. Shouldn't have been in this movie. Shouldn't have been in this movie.
Plot device.
It was a horrible
Yeah.
thing. The Blob. That was a dumb scene. I mean, that scene was. Ah!
It was like.
Like why did it? When he was punching him the whole time, Wolverine was getting hurt, and then the one time that he headbutts him, it hurts him. Makes zero sense. Granted, it's also kind of like the scene from the very first X-Men movie when he's in the cage in the beginning, and that's the first introduction, and the guy's beating the shit out of him, and then one random hit, he hits his adamantium, and he's like, ah! That should have happened with every hit,
Yeah.
But so the Blob scene, I hate too. Go find another negative that I haven't talked about. There's plenty. I mean, you shouldn't have to think too hard.
I'm just trying to pick one. I didn't like Stryker. I thought Stryker was kind of.
I like the Striker better from X2.
Yes, definitely.
That was I think he was scarier.
He was scarier.
So I liked Stryker in X2 better. The CGI Patrick Stewart at the end when he's by the helicopter.
I'm trying to remember now.
When Cyclops leads the other mutants that were in the Weapon X program out, and then remember he's like, follow my voice, and then he leaves, and then it's him, and it's not even Patrick Stewart. It's a CGI Patrick Stewart to make him look really, really poorly 20 years younger, and he's walking. It's just little things. I didn't like the way they did Cyclops in that movie.
No, he was like Daredevil. He was blind and he couldn't see.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
I liked how he started.
Oh yeah, that I was gonna say that for positives actually. I think Wade Wilson as a character, not Deadpool, but as Wade Wilson, he was. When you watch it, you were like, "Oh my god, this is Deadpool!" Like the way he's acting, and he's in the elevator, and he's like, or something. I don't know. He's just. I love every time he said something like Stryker would be like, "Shut it, Wade."
Yeah, but the worst possible thing that they had. Deadpool is not Deadpool without one thing.
Well, what's his name? It's the
Merc with the mouth.
Merc with the mouth.
And they took away his mouth.
It literally makes my brain hurt thinking about how did that writer's room go? Do you know how many people that had to get through for it to be like, okay, we're doing it and we're putting it in the movie?
It's like, wait. the mark with the mouth. Let's take away his mouth.
They're like Apple. It's like, wait, headphone jack. No headphone jack. We're innovating, like taking things
I
away
love
is the
in
same as
Deadpool.
innovating.
I don't know if a lot of people caught it, and as soon as I say it, you'll probably say, "Oh my god, yeah!" When he's about to go through all the experiments and stuff, and then he goes, "I might
sew that little pretty mouth.
sew
Oh,
your
you
mouth
should.
shut." It's like,
Ooh,
"Ooh,
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that."
Oh, and then I think we can all agree that shit just went sideways faster than anything or whatever, and he's like doing this, like flying towards the car when Colossus hit him, and then it shows the little doll of the X-Men Origins one.
What?
You don't remember that scene?
Yeah, I remember the scene, but
And then he goes, "Well, maybe not the most sideways." Like,
oh,
yeah, but like I love how they poked fun.
yeah.
Back to Wolverine though, like, and he had laser eyes and swords coming out of his arms.
Like Baraka from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's exactly what he looked like too, and like he
Yeah.
had his swords coming out of his arms
And teleporting.
and teleporting. Well, they did teleporting in the Deadpool video game too, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Was that? I've read a lot of Deadpool comics. Someone find me one comic where he actually teleports and he has that ability. I'm sure there's one out there, but because they wouldn't just make it up, would they? They sewed his mouth shut, so
I don't know.
they probably could.
Or when he's looking across the nuclear waste thing,
Oh, it's like this.
and his eyes, they get the
They
diamonds.
make diamonds.
They get the diamonds.
Well, he does this for a second.
Yeah.
What makes me mad is that's Ryan Reynolds. And he was the whole time probably saying, "Fuck this. Like, this is horrible."
Yeah.
I feel so bad. That's why when, they said Tim Miller left or whatever, because of creative differences with Ryan Reynolds, I'm like, I'm taking Ryan Reynolds' side.
It's like fine with me.
I am going to be okay with this because Ryan Reynolds has a vision for Deadpool. He is in love with the character. No one else can play Deadpool.
No.
So, like, whenever Ryan Reynolds passes away, like, God forbid, it should be over. Like, don't do Deadpool anymore. It's like, I don't want them to recast Wolverine, like, next year.
I would actually be okay with it if he had the traditional suit with the mask and everything.
Make it completely different than Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
That's what I'm saying. Make it...
Because right now, can you think of anyone else besides Hugh Jackman being Wolverine?
No.
Like, he's Wolverine.
Exactly. Like with Iron Man. Like, no one but Robert Downey Jr. Unless they just didn't show their face anymore. Honestly.
How did you do that with Iron Man, though? Like, it just,
I
like,
don't know.
they peanuts him, like the parents. Like, whenever he was in, they just show him from the waist down, and then when he's in the suit, he's flying around.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of actors that I'm like, I don't know if you could replace them.
Yeah.
Just to name a few, obviously we've done Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Robert Downey Jr.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a character we're worried about them rebooting.
Right.
Because once that ends, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, all right, it's over. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I'll say Chris Hemsworth is Thor.
Yeah. Totally.
And Tom Hiddleston is Loki. Like, the
Yeah.
characters that I don't want to see be replaced by any other actor. Even right now, I don't know, like, it's hard to imagine another Captain America right now.
I was gonna wait for you to say something.
It's hard to imagine another one. Like,
Did you fart?
no.
No? Okay.
Thanks for that, FYI.
Sorry. I thought I smelled something.
I could see different Hawkeyes. I love Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye.
I could see...
That's an expendable part, though, to me.
I could see a different Ant-Man.
Yeah, I don't want another one.
Also a Falcon. I could see a different Falcon, but I can't see a different Black Panther.
I can't... No! No.
No.
I couldn't see a different Bucky either, to be honest with you. I don't... I think that's... I think they have good chemistry. I'm trying to think of other characters that I just can't see. Like, and when you said, like, I totally agree with you. It's like Hawkeye, Falcon, Ant-Man. Those guys could be, like, different actors. Doesn't mean I want it to be, though. I like the people who
Well,
are in
think
those
of the
parts.
story, like with Ant-Man. Like more than one person wore that suit anyway.
Yeah, but if that was like a standalone non-MCU movie that was more serious tone, you could totally throw a different person in there, and it would
Right.
like I'm just trying to think of a serious actor, Jared Leto as Ant-Man.
Oh
I don't
well.
know. Jared Leto was almost Doctor Strange.
Oh god.
Seriously. Joaquin Phoenix and Jared Leto are done. I haven't even seen Doctor Strange yet. We're seeing it tomorrow, but I don't want anybody besides Benedict Cumberbatch playing him. Just off the look.
Right.
He looks like a comic book character. And that's what it all ties back to what we started with. It's
Is
like,
that a compliment?
yeah, he looks like Doctor Strange. And that all ties back to what we're talking about. It's like these actors wanted to play these characters the right way because they love these characters in the X-Men Origins movie. But I just feel bad for them because there's no way Hugh Jackman at one point didn't go, oh my god, like this is stupid.
Yeah.
And Ryan Reynolds definitely went, oh my god, this is fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to get at there. It's like I feel bad for these actors that, you know, they made a paycheck.
Like they're being held down.
They made a paycheck. I think this is just wishful thinking, but I think that if you have a character like Iron Man, like Wolverine, like Deadpool, where it's a synonymous actor with a synonymous character, they're just synonymous with each other, how can you not have them at the least be a producer on the film? Just to put their input. Like, I don't think Robert Downey Jr. should just be showing up and saying a few lines and leaving.
Well, that's their like.
It's their job.
Well, no.
But,
Sorry, no. Isn't that just their preference?
Well,
Like they just don't want to produce?
We're just speculating.
I don't
Maybe.
I don't know.
Because I know for a fact Hugh Jackman's done producing work before. Ryan Reynolds is a producer on Deadpool, and look the way that turned out.
Yeah.
Look at it. Would you look at it? Like,
Right.
So you take, like, could you imagine a Iron Man movie where Robert Downey Jr. is putting a ton of input in on what he wants this story to be?
That'd be cool.
I want to watch that movie. So, closing thoughts, let directors direct. Studios need to step back, because let's be honest, that was Fox's fault, the way that movie turned out, and they'll even admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From the
because he even says in the trailer for Deadpool, from the studio that inexplicably sewed his fucking mouth shut the first time.
Seriously, I've been saying it in a bunch of videos. Just give us the best movie you guys can.
On the first go around.
Don't worry about like changing things. And honestly, don't even worry about the income. Just worry about the best film and the money will come.
Do you think Marvel hires their directors for, like, they hire them for their vision on the project? Do you think they go in and go, well, that doesn't work with our vision, so you're going to have to change this up?
I think they almost do it.
Because that it happened with one director with Marvel, and that was Edgar Wright was originally going to direct Ant-Man. He was signed on to direct Ant-Man before the MCU started, like, before Iron Man. Like, the MCU almost started with Ant-Man, is what I heard. But Edgar Wright was signed on, and the MCU got underway, and the way the MCU was built up at that point, the Edgar Wright's original vision for Ant-Man no longer fit within the MCU.
So it's not his fault.
It's not either of their fault. They parted on good terms, but that's the thing. They parted on good terms. They didn't go, this is what we're doing, you can't do this, blah, blah, blah. Because there have been directors in DC right now with The Flash who have been like, this is my vision. Well, you can't do that. Well, I'm walking. Like, you hired me for a reason.
Right.
It makes me, as someone who studies film right now, it makes me more mad than anything when I see directors who are just pigeonholed to these studio rules.
Boggles my mind.
It boggles my mind.
Yeah, just give us the best movie you guys can.
Yeah. Like,
you know what?
I'm getting heated.
Before you start crying.
I'm getting heated.
Why don't you close this out?
You think Feige, like, goes, Look, kid. We'll take it from here. No! Okay.
Just close this thing out.
I'm getting mad and heated. Let us know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe,
so you guys don't miss a thing from our channel. We got a lot of reaction videos we uploaded yesterday. We might do a couple today. Depends on if we got anything good we want to react to. But tomorrow, two big things coming out. There is a Wonder Woman trailer. We'll definitely do a reaction to that tomorrow, and something coming out tomorrow.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange coming out, my God, my God. So we're going to go see that movie, and we're going to take you along with us. We're going to do a little post-reaction, and then we'll do a review. We said we're going to do it mullet style.
Mullet style means review in the front, spoilers in the back.
Hey. So, make sure you guys, if you want us to react to anything, obviously, you guys know the drill. We got our email, and we got our social media. We got 330 subscribers now, but we only got 26 Twitter followers. So if you're subscribed to us right now, make sure you go follow us on social media, because you say you're not on the YouTube app, but you're scrolling through Twitter, it's like, hey, Alex and Quinn just uploaded something.
What we would like to do in the future is do like skip back, man.
I'm getting excited.
Is do a live Twitter Q&A type thing, or a discussion, you know. So,
yeah.
But we need people on Twitter or on Facebook, you know. So
absolutely,
reach out to us. We will respond to you. Reach out. You ready? Cue music.
Holy Grail.